Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the pertaining from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
And good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is meteorologist Heather Kane. It's time for our daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor Show. Thank you for sponsoring this video, as well as all of our other videos. So let's get into our weather headlines. We are tracking a nor'easter that's going to be impacting much of the eastern part of the U.S. So we're going to take a look at that and see exactly how much snow is going to fall and what areas we think that we think are going to get hit the hardest. And then that very cold air is going to continue, but it's going to get a little bit better as we get into our weekend. And we are watching parts of Texas for Monday for the potential of some severe weather, so we'll jump into that as well. So there are a few events coming up. The first one is the International Roofing Expo down in New Orleans. This is going to start on, let's see, Tuesday. That's the 1st. Yeah, that is Tuesday, right? Yeah, the 1st through the 3rd down in New Orleans. We will be there at booth 837, so make sure you come on by and to say hi to us if you're clients of ours already. And if you are not a client yet and you want to learn more about hail trace, come on by to booth 837. We would be more than happy to give you all the information that you need. And then we also have the Win the Storm conference down in Dallas on February 14th through the 16th at the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center. So of course we will be down there as well, so go and find us and say hi. And then lastly, we do have the Highway to Hail 2022 tour that we will be in Dallas, Denver, as well as in Chicago, Nashville, and in Orlando. So make sure you stay tuned to our Facebook pages for more information on those. So here are our current conditions across the lower 48. We do have a cold front pushing through the southeastern part of the U.S., as well as some showers along the southeastern part of the country. So we're going to zoom on real quickly to this area. Here's some showers in Florida, as well as very far southern parts of Texas. But then the main story for the next few days for our weekend, unfortunately, the Northeast is getting ready for a potentially very strong nor'easter. We do have some light snow occurring right now, basically from New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, all the way into parts of New York and Pennsylvania and into the Ohio Valley. And then some showers and a mixed precipitation on the warmer end. So there's a cold front right now here, but then we have a developing low pressure system in the Atlantic that's going to really get ramped up with all this moisture, and we'll be tracking into the northeast. So more on that in just a second. Current temperatures across the U.S. are very cold. A bit better though compared to the last few days in Minneapolis. We were at a very balmy 5 degrees above zero. Yeah, so 5 degrees there in Minneapolis, 18 in Fort Wayne, and a bit warmer as we get south of that cold front. 49 in Atlanta, 70 in Miami. Those warmer temperatures stretch into Texas with low to mid 50s from Dallas down to Houston, and you can see a little bit of a warm up here as we get into the middle of the country as well. However, it's still a bit on the cold side, and those wind chills continue to be dangerously cold. Minneapolis, you're feeling like 6 degrees below zero. Fort Wayne, you're feeling like 5. Again, that warmer air continues to be to the south, and in terms of dew points, it continues to be extremely dry, anywhere from temperatures below zero or dew points below zero, excuse me, to dew points in the teens. So it's really dry. Really the only spot that's seeing some moisture right now is down in Florida, no surprise. And we have a 64-degree dew point down in Miami. So taking a look at our watches and warnings, you can see the East Coast is starting to light up. First though, let's take a look at Florida as well as a little part of southern Texas. This is for tonight into tomorrow morning, where temperatures will get below freezing. So if you have any plants, make sure you bring those in. And I know Florida, you guys have iguanas, and those will probably be falling out of the trees as well. Just thought I would put that little fact out there. And then we do have some winter weather advisories for the Virginias as well as into North Carolina. Winter storm warnings in effect for the mountains of North Carolina and very far eastern Tennessee as well. These will be in effect until this evening, and then as we get into tonight and into our weekend, we have again this major winter storm that is going to be dropping potentially a lot of snow from basically Washington D.C. eastward into New York City, the New Jersey state, because that's a state, all the way up the eastern coast. So we have winter storm warnings. We have some advisories out for the very western part of this. And then these reds here, those are blizzard warnings. So we are expecting, again, a lot of snow as well as some very gusty winds. So get ready if you are along this eastern coast here. Make sure that you have all of your supplies ready to go, because it's going to be a doozy of a storm. So what's going on with this? So we have a low pressure developing in the eastern part of the Atlantic, and we do have some snow going on right now in the Virginias and into parts of the Carolinas and a little bit into the Northeast. As we get into later on this evening, this low pressure is really going to start strengthening and getting more organized. And as we get into later on this evening, into the overnight, you can see everything's really going to start getting tighter here, more organized. A very heavy snow is likely from, again, Washington, D.C., through New Jersey into New York City, all the way up into Hartford, Connecticut, Boston. You're expected to get slammed by this storm. And then as we get into the afternoon tomorrow, this system will continue to move on to the northeast, bringing all of that snow with it. And by, this is 9 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, so 10 p.m. Eastern Time for you guys along the northeastern coast. Most of you guys from Boston southward will be basically becoming quiet. The snow will be ending, but snow will continue to be falling in Maine, and then by Sunday afternoon, you guys will be done with the heavy snow, although some lake effect snow will then be possible in the Great Lakes region. So in terms of a snowfall, we do expect a few inches of snow here from Washington, D.C. down into Virginia, West Virginia, down into the Carolinas, 2 to 4 inches. That's why those winter weather advisories are out. But the big deal, snow will begin as we get later on this evening and into tomorrow. You can see these purple shading. This is 8 to 12. But then as we get into the pinks here, those are, it's going to be over a foot of snow. So like I said, if you're along the eastern coast here, from Maine down to especially Boston, you guys are going to get, a foot, 2 feet plus of snow here. So hopefully you guys are ready. I'm going to zoom on in here. So Bangor, Maine, all the way down to, once again, Boston eastward, you guys can see up to 2 feet of snow. That's a lot of snow. I like snow, but not that much snow. So hopefully you guys are prepared. You have all the canned food and all that stuff, because I don't think you guys are going to be going anywhere for a few days, unfortunately. So praying for you guys. So in terms of other things going on, let's take a look at our jet stream. It's very far south. A lot of cold air is coming from Canada, and this is the system that we're going to be watching for that nor'easter. It's going to move on to the northeast as we get into Saturday and then into Sunday afternoon. And then you can see this other little dip here, another short wave that we will be watching as we get into our Monday. This could potentially bring some severe weather for parts of Texas on Monday morning through the evening, and that will be moving off the coast into the Gulf of Mexico, bringing some storms to basically the Gulf. I think Monday will be the only day as of right now that we'll be watching for severe weather. And then as we get into Tuesday and into Wednesday, we have another trough that's going to be moving on the western part of the U.S. and into the middle of the country. This could potentially be developing into another winter storm, this time for the middle of the U.S. It's still too far out. We got to keep an eye on that, and we will keep you posted on that if it develops into anything. So no severe hail or wind is expected today. Same deal for tomorrow. That winter system's really going to be the major concern. And then as we get into Sunday, it should be quiet. But I did mention Monday, this is what's going on. It's going to continue to be extremely dry as we get into the rest of today and through our weekend. But then as we get into Monday, this is at 6 a.m. Central Time, we will start to see a bit of moisture return for the southern parts of Texas. So that may spawn some severe weather as we get into the rest of the day on Monday and into Tuesday. That moisture will still be there, but that the low pressure that will be developing that will potentially spawn that severe weather will be in the Gulf. So again, we're just watching Monday for now. So no instability on Sunday, but as we get into Monday morning and into the afternoon on Monday, we will have some instability flowing in from the Gulf of Mexico. So we have to once again keep an eye on that, and then it will diminish rapidly as we get into Monday evening and into the overnight on Tuesday. So this is the future radar for basically Monday morning. This is at midnight Central Time on Monday. Some heavier rain will be possible, and then as we get into 6 a.m. you can see those brighter colors here. That could be the start of some thunderstorm activity. And then as we get later on in the morning, you can see those colors really start to brighten up. So we could have a line of thunderstorms developing and moving on to the east. We'll be watching Houston, maybe as far south as Corpus Christi. And then as we get into later on in the afternoon, that activity will be moving on to the east. And then you can see by midnight on Tuesday, that activity will get into the Gulf. So here's the area that we'll be watching on Monday. Again, from Houston, maybe as far south as Corpus Christi. It looks like it'll be more of a wind threat right now, but things can change. We are still 3 days out, so make sure you stay tuned to Hail Trace as we continue to watch this potential severe weather. So now we're going to close out with a few areas for our roofing forecast. This is for tomorrow. If you guys do work on Saturdays, it should be a nice day in Denver. Temperatures will be nearing 50 by 3 p.m. For tomorrow in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, very nice day. Temperatures will be getting to around 66 degrees by 3 p.m. So it's going to be a very nice, balmy beginning of our weekend. That should last into Sunday as well. And then here in Oklahoma City, same story as down in Dallas. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will be getting into the mid to upper 60s by 3 p.m. and then cool off a bit as we get into the late evening and overnight hours as expected, as those skies will continue to be clear. So that's all that I have for you today. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you have any questions, concerns, or if you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com and check out our website at www.hailtrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday and a wonderful weekend.